We may have to turn down our microphones.
I know.
This is fantastic.
They got a new bark box today, and it's Grinch themed. So they got a Grinch toy, Fred the reindeer, and then you know that ink, the antler that Max has in the movie.
Oh yeah, the one antler.
Yeah, they sent one of those too.
Oh, nice.
It's hysterical. I took photos.
Are your dogs the kind of dogs who will accept foreign objects being put on their faces?
If there's truth involved.
That's a very good point. Whereas my dog, no amount of food can make him put some weird shit on his face.
I'll see if I can upload this photo.
It's like, I'm perfect just the way I am, so get this off of my head.
Right.
So today was a super exciting day for us, sort of.
Ooh, do tell.
We did inspections on the new house, and it overall went pretty well. And we heard back from the bank that we're totally approved for the mortgage. So things are progressing nicely.
Nice.
We'll have a whole have a whole setup downstairs for D&D. So you guys have to come over.
All right, I'll make that happen somehow. I'll make the drive.
Skype you in. Oh my gosh.
Isn't it the cutest thing?
You're so freaking cute.
As soon as I open the box, it's like, oh, please let that be a reindeer hat.
All right. What are we killing tonight?
Huh.
Or negotiating with? Or getting killed by?
Well, I guess right now you're killing time, because the nice man with the criminal organization doesn't really need you to do anything until the nighttime, and right now it's just about noontime. So, you've got time to kill. Anything in particular you'd like to do, or?
I mean, I've had this on my to-do list for a while, so I guess I'd like to figure out how to get these rapiers modified the way I want.
Perfect. I'm certain there's a blacksmith in town someplace you could probably ask around. You know, this is an inn. I'm sure some of the nice folks here may be smithies or know of a smithy somewhere in the town.
Is someone in the room wearing particularly nice armor or carrying a fairly nice weapon?
You see a group of what appear to be adventurers sat at one of the tables. Perhaps they would know of one such person.
All right, I'll wander over to the adventurers and... hello, friends. I'm looking for a good blacksmith in the area. Do you know of any?
Haha, do we know of a blacksmith? Why, Jen here just had a full suit of armor made by the smith over in town. Isn't that right, Jen? And the burly woman in a full suit of plate armor just, like, nods at you and pats herself down, showing off the extravagant, shiny new suit of armor.
Nice.
That would be excellent. Could I get the name and the location of that smith?
Of course! His name is, Turner Round.
But
Oh.
I turn around and look at the table behind me. That guy?
turn around every night.
Why, yes, the man behind you carrying the log. That's, Anthony. He just made Jen's new suit of armor. Anthony! And they, like, hail him over with a mug of ale in each of their hands. Huh, this lad's interested in, your services of some kind.
Hey, Anthony. Nice log. I would like to see if I can find someone to beef up the handguards on these rapiers, and I half draw one so that you can see the, at this point, probably well-beaten and misshapen handguards.
Alright, he inspects the handle of it, still in your hands, and he just kind of nods sagely. Yeah, that is quite a problem. Bashing enemies on the head with the handle, I presume, for, how do I say this, a non-lethal blow?
Yeah, usually.
Right, right. Well, assuming this is common steel, and he just, like, gives it a flick with his fingernail, and he hears the ding that comes off of it. This shouldn't be too hard of a process. I got me some ingots back at my place. What is it exactly you're looking for?
If you could just beef them up so they don't bend like this, and make them nice and solid, so when I hit somebody, they really feel it.
Oh, is that all? Well, I could probably just get that done in the afternoon.
That would be excellent.
Wonderful, wonderful. If you give me these pieces, I'll bring them back here to you. 2, maybe 3 hours.
Okay, that sounds fine, since these fine people vouched for you. And where was your smithy again? I say as I pull out both rapiers.
I mean, it makes it sound like you're gonna rob him doing that.
Just making sure I know where the man does business. Does. I tried to use the word do's.
I talk good.
Dudes.
Where do you do's your business?
Where you do things. My house is the one just to the south of the town. You'll see a wide path that leads south. My house is the one just west of there.
Oh, so your smithy's actually outside of town.
It's just on the inside of town, you know. Stray sparks and wooden houses don't mix too well, know what I mean?
All right. Can I roll insight to see if I feel like he's telling the truth?
Go for it.
Can I find insight on my character sheet?
Well, it's labeled out alphabetically, so that'd be pretty difficult.
Roll for it.
Excuse me. You can tell he's a pretty trustworthy guy, pretty jovial. He's got some like dirt under his or soot under his fingernails, and his arms are muscular. So he definitely seems to be the smithin' type.
Okay. I'll hand over both my rapiers. Take good care of these. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, lad. But there is the problem of payment that still has to be discussed. You know, before I've had too many charlatans try to fleece me out of work.
Of course. How much will that be for each one?
For each one, let's say 15 gold pieces. And usual transaction is half up front, half upon completion.
I was just about to suggest the same thing. Here's 15 now, and I'll give you the other 15 when you complete them.
Smart man. I'll return to the inn when they're ready.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
And he quaffs down the remainder mug of ale, slams it back on the table, and just walks out.
Never to be seen again.
I nod to the people at the table, thanking them, and I'm going to go back to our table. Rapierless, of course. All right. Well, that'll be taken care of in a couple hours then.
Alright, good session, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.
He said it was
Mission
going to be short.
I need to pick up my
Yeah.
bag.
Oh, yeah. You had a
Where's
dress
the
right there.
town? Do you think they deliver?
That'd be nice. Can we catch an Uber?
Do they deliver by giant eagle?
Do they deliver by plot convenience?
Say what now?
He said, do they deliver by plot convenience?
That too.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Perhaps you could hire a mage to cast teleportation. It's like,
I have to find back to the market.
anything else that especially needs doing at the time, or any adventuring that needs to happen, or anything of that nature?
Well, I think Elizabeth was going to try and go find her dress. I don't know. Was she not coming through all right?
You were. Sorry, I just didn't think that was a serious thing. The dress is back in the town of Ellensvelt, which is like a day's ride on horseback. From where you are right now.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
That's fine.
I was about to say, let me correct you. It is indeed a serious thing. Do not keep this woman from her dress.
I'm fine with that if you guys want to go back or negotiate some kind of.
No, I totally
alternate
forgot
deal.
that. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Speaking of.
Well, whatever we do, it can't be too serious because we have a cat that has no rapiers.
I still have these, and I flash my claws.
I thought you were gonna
Careful.
flex your arms.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can flash my claws while I flex my arms. That probably would make it more
More intimidating.
more impressive.
Okay, Raul. Oh my God, Kimber, we have to tell you. So, we listened to this audiobook called The Aeronaut's Windlass, and part of the story takes the place from the viewpoint of this cat. It's sentient, and he describes people, and one of the ways that he describes this ship's captain is that he's the man with the very large hat.
Oh my gosh.
like he's like going on talking about like how you can rank people in human society based on the size and complexity of their hat, and we just kept laughing every time.
I love it.
It's so funny.
What was it called?
The Aeronaut's Windlass.
By Jim Butcher.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm reading the Dresden Files right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah. Same author.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like the punky one that he did a couple years ago.
I will have to check that out. I'm kind of sick of trashy urban fantasy right now. So
We listened to it on audiobook on the way to and from Gatlinburg, so we got like, 8.5 hours out of the audiobook that way, and then we've both been listening to it on the way to and from work since we got back from Gatlinburg. I just finished it last week. I think she's close to finishing it.
it's fantastic.
But yeah, the sentient cat, like he describes people, and he has this whole tirade about hats and this ship captain at one point, and I was just like picturing you in that hat.
And the ship trees. They're called masts. Ship trees.
So funny.
It's fantastic.
Sorry, we derailed. Carry on.
Yes, continue, fair DM. But hats are important.
I don't know. I think that was the continuation. I haven't really. I've got something that you guys can do if you want to do something.
I'm gonna play some chess.
Sure. Didn't expect that's where we'd be going today, but it is a thing that we could do.
I've just watched the first Harry Potter movie. I've never seen them before. I'm marathoning them with a friend, and so I have chess on the mind because of Wizard's chess, and that looks awesome.
Okay, quick question. How long is the second Harry Potter movie?
They're all about 3 hours.
What?
Yeah.
I
They got a lot to go through.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, they're all roughly 3
Harry
hours.
Potter Chamber of Secrets. That's the one. I don't believe that. 161 minutes. Almost 3 hours, yeah. Huh. Maybe when I was a kid it just didn't seem like such a long time.
Because it was magical.
Yeah. I've never been an enormous Harry Potter fan, though, which is weird.
Well, let me tell you, I am an enormous Harry Potter fan.
Oh, yeah, you went to the Universal Harry Potter Wizarding World.
Yes, I did. I sewed myself Ravenclaw Hogwarts robes for my Halloween costume.
Nice.
Is that your official house, Liz?
Yes.
Did you take the quiz on Pottermore?
Who, me?
Is your name Liz?
Well, you didn't say Liz.
Bad.
I was talking to her.
You were cutting out for a second.
Sorry.
Try again.
Who?
I said Adam's mom got Hufflepuff and she was so mad.
Hufflepuffs are cool. Really, the only disappointment is if you're in Ravenclaw. I mean, they're just a bunch of, like, stuck-up assholes. Gotta hate those
Wow.
Ravenclaws.
I actually got Slytherin, so
Yes.
I thought I'd get Ravenclaw. I don't know what that says about me, though.
That's your cunning.
May have a good evil laugh. You know,
Let's hear it.
occasionally tamper in the dark arts, whatever.
It's not evil, it's called pragmatic.
Yeah.
So, if we're not going to go get a dress and no one else has anything else that we need to accomplish, can I guess we can time warp to when I get my swords back, maybe?
Sure.
Or if something happens in between now and then.
Alright. Well, I was planning on watching the second Harry Potter movie, but that's too long. So after an afternoon of merriment and probably some drinks, if I were to guess, but I'm not gonna put you in a box
Or a bottle.
or a bottle. That'd be even
Heyo.
worse. Anthony, the apparent blacksmith, comes back with two shiny steel rapiers, and he walks up to Stone and bequeaths them hilt first, and says, wasn't a problem at all. Does this meet your requirements?" And he shows you the hilts, and instead of the fine, kind of elegant craftsmanship that leads to dents when you hit people with them, he replaced it with like a burly steel knot, almost like a pair of brass knuckles on the end of each one.
Nice.
Well, it may not be so fancy as when you brought them to me before, but they will be much better in a fight if you gotta knock somebody out.
I'll take them and heft them and kind of swing them a little bit. Everything seem tight and of good quality as far as I can tell.
Yeah, the balance has changed obviously a little bit, just because it's now heavier towards the base. But other than that, the steel is still as sharp as it is on the blade end. It looks like he polished out of as many of the dings as he could. It's not, it's not going to change the world. He's not going to open up an artist's museum of fine steel craftsmanship. But it'll survive about as many hits as you can reasonably give it.
All right. This looks fantastic, sir. I do appreciate your services. And I'll sheath both of them. And I'll slide him 15 coins, and then I'll slide him 2 more for your trouble and the quick return.
He takes one of the coins and bites it. And he appears satisfied. As he says, "Oh, well, anytime you need any smithing done and you find yourself in Autumn Grove, or Honeyheart, either one, I've got a brother in Autumn Grove. We can, enact business at your leisure. A fine tabaxi." And he does some kind of elaborate bow.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
He walks back to the table he was sitting at before and calls over for another ale.
So, I've got claws again.
And swords.
So, anything else? Any miscreants we need to chase, or?
Kitties to get out of trees.
I hope you're not joking about that. It is a serious problem.
Ship trees.
My cousin was stuck in a tree for 3
Especially
days.
trees.
Survived off eating leaves.
Horrible salad.
Shouldn't eat anything green.
No, that's everything that I had to do. I don't know if we I don't know if you had a mission to send us on, or if this was just a catch up around town session.
No, I planned something for you to do. I'm just wondering how to do it without it seeming contrived. So you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let it be as contrived.
It is a one shot, so you can totally make it seem contrived.
Yeah, railroad us. It doesn't matter.
God.
We'll absolutely ride the DM railroad.
It matters.
Choo choo.
Tempt me not. Man, do I have a novel for you guys to enact.
All right, now you stand over there.
No,
Here's your lines.
not like that. Raise it lower.
I know, Magnus. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? What? What do you think?
His little stomp's going.
Yeah. Well, tell me what you really think, though. Really? Oh, don't stomp on my microphone.
That dude.
Come on, boy. I can take the criticism.
No, he's got to check out the microphone cable. Oh.
It's,
Do you want to go outside?
it's just so long and round. It's fascinating. The hardest part is now I have to give this person a name. Perfect.
All right, I'm back.
Dang it. I was hoping to get out of this. I mean, yay. I don't know why, but your dog's squeaking on that toy is one of the funnier things I've experienced today.
It's pretty hysterical here.
It just makes me so happy.
They freaking love BarkBox Day. It's their favorite.
Well, upon watching Anthony the Blacksmith return in with 2 shiny swords, one of the other bar patrons kind of looks around nervously, and upon seeing him enact the transaction with Stone and River, kind of gets up from her table and timidly walks up to you guys. Excuse me, would you happen to be a group of adventurers?
I think they're talking to us.
Oh, I saw Kimberly's mic unmute, and I thought she was going to say something, so I was holding my tongue. I'll spin around to her. We've been known to embark upon adventures, yes.
Well, thank you very much. Could you perhaps do a favor for me?
I'm going to look back and forth at Alencia and Chantal to see if I get an approving nod or a shake of the head.
I'll give you an inquiring eyebrow raise.
I've got one inquiring eyebrow raise. Can I?
I shut my shoulders and give you the, why not?
All right. I'll turn back to the lady. Having received the vote of basically neutral, mild interest, perhaps.
It's a resounding...
Tell us more.
Right.
Exactly. A resounding meh.
Why, thank you. I make candles for a living. My name is Phyllis, and it's dangerous to go into the woods these days looking for fine beeswax to make candles. Could you please brave the woods for me?
Beeswax, eh?
Yes, it's collected mostly from beehives, either currently active ones or ones fallen on the ground due to storm or erosion or some such.
Do these come from like normal, tiny little yellow bees, or is there something we should know about these bees?
Well, I've never seen anything especially malign in these woods. It's normally just small, cute little honeybees.
There's no misbehavior.
Ba-dum-bum.
There
I thought a check.
be any? That's gonna be the new rim shot. Instead of the boom, it's just gonna be your dog squeaking on some toys.
He'll probably love it.
Give me an A.
Squeak.
Dang it.
I don't know. That's squeaking right now.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking.
He doesn't follow our script.
You owe me a new acorn.
So funny. Anyway. Bees.
Anyways, beeswax. Let's try not to get an active one, eh?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because we
I
don't
can
have
do that.
the kit to get active ones.
So we're heading into the woods to find a beehive and get beeswax, right?
Right.
It's simple enough. How bad could it be? Eh.
Huh. Huh. Well, if you don't mind, I would need about 1 gallon of beeswax, for which may not able to be cultivated from just a single hive, so it may be more strenuous than you'd think.
So, do you have an idea of where we might find this beeswax?
She kind of perks up and says, "Oh yes, just maybe 3 miles to the west of this city. there's a grove with more bees than usual. They appear to like the flora in the area, and they tend to make their hives thereabouts.
All right. Well, I don't think I have any other questions. You guys?
Nah.
All right. We're off, ma'am. We'll find you back here when we're done.
Oh, I thank you so much, and I'll give you. I'll make some candles in it for you if you like. Unfortunately, there's not much more I can do, being a small-time candle maker.
That would be fine. A nice candle's always good.
Oh, thank you so much, adventurers.
So, I'm assuming we're going to head out of the inn and head west.
Would make more
Approximately 3
sense
miles.
to go east for approximately 2 miles. So yes, west 3 miles. Let's go.
Got it.
Yes, but it wouldn't make sense to stay right here. Just so we're all aware of things that would not make sense. Menhir, stay.
So,
Don't even think about it.
I think we're going.
Stay here.
We're walking. We're walking west.
All right.
What are we seeing?
If you would all just stay still. There we go. It's a copy. And that's a paste. So it's now about, let's say, 3 p.m. The blacksmith, man, he works wonders. He's got a brilliant assistant. So you head out in the, slowly fading sun. Walk about 3 kilometers west. Exactly as the lady told you, just through the woods. And lo and behold, you find yourself in a wooded area with the sound of bees just humming up a storm all around you.
So this is a large number of beehives, I assume, all around us?
Well, there's a number of kind of smaller trees, maybe 10 feet tall or so. And off in the distance, you see just kind of breaking through the canopy of trees. One that's like 30 feet tall, way taller than all the rest. And upon that one, you see a normal-sized beehive. Maybe the size of, I can't really, maybe your backpack. When it's full almost to the point of bursting.
Gotcha. Going to point to that tree. I think they're over there.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
Hmm.
Hmm. All right.
Should we-
Now, how do we get it? How do we get it down without getting stung a lot?
That is a very good question.
True. We do have bows. Just shoot down hives until we get enough.
Can I vicious mockery the hives?
You could definitely try.
It's worth a shot.
Why don't you just buzz off?
Oh.
Roll initiative.
We needed the dog.
Please make me stop.
Oh no, I'm enjoying this. So, I guess we can go over there. I mean, I have claws. I can climb trees pretty well. But I don't know about keeping the bees from killing me. That could be tricky.
I mean, are you allergic?
Enough bees stinging you at once, even if you're not allergic, will kill you.
Psst, I got healing word. He's fine.
I don't know if this is history for remembering if I've ever been stung and had a reaction, or if this is insight to see inside myself and know if I'm allergic.
Introspection.
Or medicine, perhaps. Or nature.
Go with medicine, I guess, to determine if you've ever had to fix yourself up from bee stings. You aren't especially allergic to bees, but as pointed out, they're essentially tiny little daggers. So if there's enough of them, you will probably just like die of embarrassment and pain.
Okay, noted. Trying to remember, do tabaxi have an advantage on climbing?
They probably do.
I think they do. What with the claws and all. I don't even remember what book they're in, though. I don't feel like looking it up right now.
I can tell they're not in the Xanthar's Guide, and they're not in the Player's Handbook. So it's probably one of the other ones.
Bolo's Guide to Monsters, yeah.
Monsters? Adam, I don't think you're a monster.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Unless something bad happens in the next session of the game that you run, in which case I would take that back.
I have a climbing speed of 20 feet.
Ah, well, it's only like a 30-foot tree.
Ah, easy. I can make it up there.
Yeah. And probably with your claws, we could say that that would pretty much give you a handhold. Like just digging your claws into the trunk of the tree.
Excellent. So, I will approach the tree.
Alright, good luck.
Alright, you guys stay back here. And if I die screaming, I don't know, plant flowers on my grave or something.
Okay.
They'll pour the honey over
You got it.
So, as I approach, I'd like to judge the mood of the hive. How do the bees look?
Roll an animal handling check. That seems about right. Determine if the buzzing is especially aggressive.
You can totally tell.
I mean, depending on the amount of buzzing. The bees don't seem too aggravated. It's just kind of normal traffic coming into the hive, going out of the hive. Bees just around the area. They don't seem especially angry at the moment.
I'll go ahead and snug my belt down and extend my claws and start climbing.
Hey now. Snug your belt at somebody else. You make it past kind of the first few waves of branches without a problem, and you're sitting maybe 10 feet below where the hive is hanging from one of the upper branches.
Alright. Hive still sound pretty much the way it did before?
It's obviously louder because you're more near to where the bees are, but they don't seem to be especially hostile towards you at the moment.
Alright, I'm going to work my way up the next 10.
Right. You are now on kind of the adjacent branch to the one that the hive is hanging on top of. So you could do, you could perform things upon the hive now, at your leisure.
Got it. So, we're looking for wax, right?
That is what the lady told you.
Alright, and this is... like, the whole thing's made of wax. This isn't like some contrived human hive hung in a tree, right?
No, but even just a beehive out in the wild, it's not wax all the way. The outside is, like, bark and twigs and leaves and dirt stuff. There's just, like, a small hole in it where the bees go in, perform bee duties, like make honey and make wax and that kind of a thing. Whereas the outside is just kind of like a husk. So it's not like you could grab off a piece of it and, leave. I mean, you could, but that would break the hive. So, if you're willing to deal with that, you can do whatever you like.
I mean, I don't know any other way to get wax out of it. I'm going to have to get into it somehow.
That is true.
There's no dead hives around? Like, we don't see any?
Yeah.
What would that be? Go ahead and make a survival check. It seems nature-y. Oh, nature check. What am I thinking? Bam.
Seems nature-y. Unlike that nature check.
I wasn't looking at the top of skills. I didn't have that advantage with me. Shut up. Roll with disadvantage, asshole.
Hold on.
That doesn't really matter.
What is nature?
It's so green.
Oh my gosh, my eyes!
Can't see the nature for all this dirt, leaves.
City girls,
Can't see the
so-
forest through the leaves.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're kind of street rats here.
Street rat.
Thank
I don't
you.
know, guys. I don't buy
You're
that.
welcome. Oh.
I don't know. You'll find out. There's so much more.
Hey, from up here, I can see a whole new world.
I don't just jump songs.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I was cutting us over into the rest of that montage.
No,
Anyway,
Stone, it's fine.
so we don't see...
You ain't never had a friend like me anyway. So after a brief spate of searching, Alencia and Chantal find like several dried up beehives just along the ground, but they find a few that yield a small amount of beeswax. It looks like they had fallen over in kind of a recent spate of storm or something. And just kind of in the general area, you find maybe 1 cup worth of beeswax. Just by dissecting all of the dead, discarded hives lying around.
And we needed a gallon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to metagame or anything, but like the hive is beeswax. Like the whole thing is beeswax.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
We kept bees.
Oh, they should be.
We know.
There should be.
Did you guys? Of course you did. You're
I
fantastic.
don't know about bees.
Yeah, we had 2 hives of bees. One of them made it a year before they all up and left. The second one didn't. I don't think they survived the summer.
Ooh,
They didn't do
make
very
it
well.
all.
Aww.
I'm sorry.
The Italians didn't do very well, but the Minnesota hygienics did pretty good.
Very nice. I'd really like to start beekeeping. I think that'd be fun. People around me are allergic, so.
Oh,
Beekeeping's easy. Just don't give away your bees. It really isn't as difficult as it seems. I mean, it's difficult. So the success rate for hives is really low for professional beekeepers in the wild. Like whatever, it's like 50% survival.
Hmm.
So like as long as you keep that standard in mind, well, look, it's not too hard to succeed and meet that standard at least. But you will end up losing hives. But no, it was cool. I'd like to do it again once we get moved.
Yeah, for sure. And like the honeybees are like dying, so you need to take care of them.
Right? It's like little, urban development apartments for bees. Got the bee
Yeah.
project over here.
I don't know though. Unless you fly in like special bees, then it's kind of not. It's like when a big corporation comes in and like moves everyone else off the land. It's like fuck off bees. Only the rich bees can live in these apartments.
So, shoot, what is it? Gentrification?
Yes. Hold on, let me not
We flew
look
in
into
these
that.
fancy Italian bees to take over this area. They talk with an accent and their hands.
I'd like to think that all of the Midwest bees where you live are like, "Well, gotta fucking build a wall to the east to keep all the Italians out."
The Minnesota hygienics did do pretty well here.
That's weird. Considering you're
That's
next to Minnesota.
Alrighty.
It's close enough
Gonna say yes.
what's the word, climate wise to that they did well. I guess I don't know if the Italian ones were just needed a warmer climate or what.
Maybe there just wasn't enough fine red wines for them in the U.S.
We should have planted pasta in the garden. I knew it.
Should have grown wine grapes.
And tomatoes.
Yeah, pasta. That's what we needed. Pasta and tomatoes in the garden, and they would have been fine.
And now for your bout of unintentional racism.
Yeah. Now that the racism is over, let's carry on.
Of course.
So I have this
thing around
this
bees.
beehive in front of me.
It certainly is in front of you, and there are plenty of bees going in and out of said hive.
Is it structured in such a way that there's a part sticking off to the side that's a little smaller? Like I don't want to just cut the whole thing in half if I can help it.
Let me go ahead and not roll a d20 to determine exactly what's going to happen. It seems like there's small bumps, maybe, around it. Me not knowing anything how bees work. Fucking you tell me if there's anything around it, assholes. But it seems neither especially protrusion-y, nor especially round and immune of that kind of a thing.
So a wild beehive is going to look actually pretty evenly divided in layers. Here's a good picture, one that doesn't have any bees on it.
Right. I like how I threw this together today, and you're like, actually, the entire thing is beeswax. Like, of all the things I happened to I happened to pick one that you knew a lot
We're
about.
just know-it-alls is the issue. Good God, I hate it when I do that.
Man alive. It's like
Wall o text.
copy and paste. Unfortunately,
Still scrolling.
that does work.
Now here.
I found it, yeah.
So that one doesn't have any bees on it. If it has bees on it, it'll look a lot more like... Not gonna make the same mistake twice.
I
Oh my
think
god, I'm still scrolling.
I think what this thing is it's describing the hex value of each pixel.
It might be. I don't know.
Dear God, it's still scrolling.
Yeah, mine skipped to the bottom. None of these
I
are
gave
what
up.
I need. Go back.
Alright, I found the one that looks like some kind of extravagant coral thing on its side.
Yeah, no, that's what a wild beehive looks like. They actually build in
Layers.
like in rows like that. They're very orderly creatures.
Lame. Makes it way harder for the purpose of me imagining what a beehive looks like.
Well,
These are fantasy bees, right?
fantasy bees.
Maybe I'm thinking of like a hornet's nest or something. Because I've seen what looks like...
Like the papery
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
wasp and hornets. Ugh.
Well, I'm not gonna get wax out of one of those.
Why not?
All right, there's one that is covered. Like, there's an active one. It would basically be the same thing, but covered in
There are
bees.
few things as terrifying that I've seen today than this right now that I'm looking at.
Good
I'm
lord.
really glad I didn't imagine this when I was making this. Otherwise, you guys would not be hunting for beeswax. Man, the muffin lady needs you to get some flour. There's some wheat over in the field. That way.
So, is that what I'm looking at? A beehive hanging from a tree limb like
Sure,
that?
just a mass of writhing bees. And you imagine there's probably a hive in there somewhere.
Got it.
Cool. But before you make any moves, Adam, I'm going to give you some bardic inspiration. There you go. Do great. Don't get stung.
What a bard.
Oh, wait a minute. I just had...
All right, I gain a D6 inspiration die. Okay.
Oh my
What
gosh.
am I doing?
Flight of the bumblebees.
Oh. Love it. So, I'm going to try to reach out and gently break off one of the lobes of the hive on the edge, and do so calmly and gently.
Alright.
I'm assuming sleight of hand.
Yes, that seems like it would be best. Man. Stone in the river with the golden fingers. Ever so carefully...
With honey.
Oh, no, he's got a honey tongue. Ever so carefully, the process takes like a minute, of very slowly separating one of the outer lobes of the hive, until you have in your hand a chunk of beehive, and it seems to have disturbed the bees very little. And they seem
All right.
kind of... It's... As an animal yourself, you know, no offense, they seem more kind of disturbed that their hive has been torn apart, and not really like, we're gonna sting the shit out of this guy. So you appear to be in no horrible imminent danger.
All right. I'm gonna take the lobe that I've pulled off, kind of hold it up over the limb they're on, and gently brush off some of the bees that are still crawling around on it, to make sure that they land on top of the limb and can crawl back down to the hive.
Alright. It seems they appreciate your kindness, because they don't use it to turn on you and sting you.
Excellent. And then I will... Let's see. How much do I have? What am I looking at here?
I don't know, a tabaxi handful, maybe, I don't know, 1 quart of beehive, which apparently Mr. and Miss Know-It-All equates to about 1 quart of beeswax. I don't fucking know. I'm making this up. It's a big hive.
All right. So, there are 4 quarts in a gallon. Well, that's funny. I went to verify that information, so I put quarts in a gallon into DuckDuckGo, and it says in 1 U.S. gallon there are 3.999987 quarts. Damn,
What-
I've been doing it wrong
what the
all
fuck
these years.
does that mean? What idiot is like 4? Nah. 3.9998 whatever. Yeah, there we go.
I really want to know now where they get this number from.
Alright, pause.
What? Why does
the
DuckDuckGo
fuck
tell me?
Are there 3.9999 quarts in a gallon?
Google says 4, so
It's just DuckDuckGo. It's because it's ducks. That's why.
People on the internet are so fucking dumb. People ask the second return on Google, which is less, 4 quarts or 1 gallon?
Well,
Oh.
according to my estimation, 4 quarts.
Shut up.
Because a quart is 3.99987.
Okay,
It takes 3.99987 quarts. Yeah.
no,
so
a gallon is 3.9987 quarts, so a gallon is less than 4 quarts.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh my
I put that
gosh.
together backwards. I unmathed today.
I wonder how much less that is in a gallon. Like, it's a gallon
I don't know.
plus an eighth of a teaspoon or something. Alright, I know what.
There's 8 ounces in a cup, 2 cups in a pint, 2
Yeah.
pints in a quart,
4
and 4
quarts in a
quarts in a gallon.
Yeah,
So that
alright.
means there are 16 cups in a gallon. So if there's like 0.9 less, that's like a tenth. So it's gonna be
It's
like
like a 10,000th of a cup.
3 ounces.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of tonight. In the meantime, though, you've successfully gotten approximately 5 out of 16 cups of beeswax. You know, give or take a couple
Alright.
molecules.
I'm going to gently set this on a limb off to the side so it's out of the way.
Mm.
And I'm going to go back and try to grab another one.
Alright, good luck. There we go.
And I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration.
Alright, good thinking.
Damn
Nailed
it.
it.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you guys are really dexterous, so I set this kind of high to not be wrecked by bees. This time, as you go in to slowly kind of peel off one of the lobes of the beehive, they seem to take notice now that their hive is being ripped apart by some enormous cat monster. And this time they certainly do gang
Just
up on you.
concerning.
So you've now got a swarm of angry bees attempting to attack you.
Hmm.
How do we do this? Go ahead and make a dexterity save. Sounds like a thing that would prevent bees from swarming you. Hey, good job.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Man, I'm fine with that. Now, go ahead and make a
I am
Constitution
not.
modifier. Or, idiot. Constitution save.
Make a Constitution
Yeah,
modifier.
make one up right now.
7.
7? Alright, let me roll that against the bees. Alright, luckily, you don't feel woozy or anything, but you do feel approximately 3 points of piercing damage, worth of pain. How could that have happened?
It's a mystery.
No, not that. Something fell off of my shelf right now for apparently no reason, and it hit me directly in the
Oh,
mouse.
I thought you were asking how I got 3 points of piercing
Well,
damage.
we don't have that happened.
How could that have happened? I don't know.
Man, what are the odds? I still have 1 die missing. Alright, so, you're now swarmed by bees. You look like the world's worst pincushion. And I am still missing a die. What would you like to do now? How do you proceed?
Hmm. So they're still attacking, I'm sure, because they're probably not going to give up till I'm not in the area.
They're still attacking you.
So I would like to grab the honeycomb that I've already plucked off and quickly descend the tree. Do I need to make any checks for that?
Are you doing so with reckless abandon?
Not quite reckless abandon,
Alright.
but some haste.
Then in that case, go ahead and give me one more dexterity saving throw. Because if you're not just like booking it to the ground, that means the bees can fly faster than you can. Oh, wonderful. Luckily, you've been stung into alertness, and you're able to kind of bob and weave around where you see the cloud of bees flying at. So you avoid any more of the stinging sensations.
All right. So when I hit the ground, I'm going to take off running this way.
Alright. But
Using all my cat-like grace and reflex.
did it make sense, though, not to live for fun? Did your brain get smart, but your head get dumb?
No, but apparently it got stung.
Alright.
So, I'd like to run for probably 2 rounds. Let's see how far that gets. So that would be I have a 30-foot speed, and I'm going to go ahead and use my action to dash, so which would give me 60 feet, and then I can double this, so 120 feet, and I'm doing 2 rounds, so 240 feet.
240 feet. Okay. We'll say that luckily there is a reasonably sized pond within 240 feet of where you are, such that if you were to dive into it, it's like the classic, haha, bees can't follow me, you know, kind of pond.
If I was, but I won't, because I'm not getting wet.
Alright, I may be stung to hell, but I'm not getting wet. I like that logic, I respect that.
I think I outran them. I think I'm fine. I don't need to get wet. I turn around and look for
I don't know,
bees.
let me see how pissed the bees are at you.
Also, I don't know what my friends are doing, because I ran right past them, because I'm just going to share this misery.
Thanks.
Totally tangentially. It's like adding wind to a wildfire. It's like, fuck you guys, I'm leaving.
I run right past you faster than you can ever possibly go, pursued by a cloud of bees.
Both middle fingers in the air. I extend the claws. I give you the double claw. I call that one the talon. Well, luckily it seems like the bees are mostly only mad at Stone, so when he whizzes by, flipping the rare double bird at you, they seem to mostly be pursuing him, but he is outstripping him on his, with his feline agility. I didn't even realize that was the name of your thing. I just said that out of nowhere. That was funny.
Ah, well, now you know
So you do manage.
why it's called that.
So you do manage to outrun the angry swarm of bees.
Okay.
And I imagine you keep running until... I don't know. I imagine you'd keep running for at least a few minutes, until you look behind you and see that they're gone.
I'll probably run for a minute or so, but I'll stop and turn around and kind of wait for my friends once I'm sure I've lost them.
Right. So it looks like you have indeed lost the swarm of bees. And luckily the area isn't too forested and close together, such that you can still see the path that you ran, and looking back, you can see the grove where you found the first tree, so...
Okay. Well, I'm going to sit down next to the path, because I know that we're going to need to wait a little while to let them calm down. And I'm going to start picking the caps off of the cells in the honeycomb and pouring the honey into my mouth while I wait on my friends to catch up to me.
Right. It's a good thing I understand what most of that means.
So when they come down the path, I want to be lounging next to it, slowly drizzling honey into and around my mouth.
God, you're gross.
And around.
Well, I'm assuming that I probably don't have perfect accuracy.
Alright, whatever. You're a honey expert. What do I know about not getting honey on my fucking face? Right.
So, I got this one. Looks like we need a couple more, though. Who's up next?
I mean, you seem to have this under control.
Oh,
mean,
no,
you did
obviously,
great.
I wore out my luck already, so someone else has to go next. What about you? And I'm going to look at Alencia. All those roguish skills, creeping in windows, pickpocketing people. You're the perfect choice to steal a hive right out from under the bee.
Yeah, the girl who's never been in a forest in her life. That's the best choice ever.
I'll just pretend it's some rich man's purse.
That buzzes.
It buzzes. Yes.
I mean, we didn't see another hive, so what else are we supposed to do?
Well, I mean, we'll have to go back to the same one. Let's just give them a little time to calm down first. I can still hear them playing that tune over there. They're probably still worked up a little bit.
Hey, don't lick your foot.
Do what I want. I got honey on it. So, That would be my plan, to wait a little while. And then let someone else have an attempt at this.
How much wax do we have now, though?
1 quart and 1 cup.
Ugh.
5/16 of the required wax. However, the way these hives go, the outer lobes are smaller than the inner one. So I grabbed one of the outer ones because it was what I could reach. Now that we've revealed the next one, it should be larger, hopefully. All right, I think we've waited long enough.
Sure.
I'm gonna creep. I'm gonna creep back towards the tree and see if they've calmed down.
Well, they seem more agitated than they were when you first showed up, but they don't attack you on sight, which it could be worse.
I'll turn to Alencia. All right, they look fine. I think you'll be.
I'm not going.
What do I have to do? Everything. Pay for everything. Collect all the honey.
You're a cat. This is kind of your thing.
Yeah, and you seem to collected all the honey in or around your mouth.
Well, she wants the wax, not the honey.
Uh-huh.
All right, fine. I'll go back up again.
I will give you 1 more bardic inspiration because I'm feeling nice.
I
And you also reminded me that you paid for everything, so...
Yeah. Pay for everything. Do everything. Grumble.
Is that a nice division of labor?
You know,
It's divided right down all the way on the side.
It's divided right down
I
the
get
middle,
tired.
and then half of theirs is
I'm
pushed
gonna-
over to you as well.
you know, I wonder if it's possible to disorient bees by casting some... Oh, it's a touch spell. Never mind, that's a bad idea. Never
The touch spell. I just orient you. Boop. 1 bee.
Well, I was
One
thinking of
confused-
casting like light on the hive, so it's just really bright friggin' light, and seeing if that would disorient them enough. But it's touch, and I have to get up there.
Just you cast disorientation on 1 bee. He goes spiraling off into the woods. Thank you. You've made my task much easier.
That was the boss bee. Had a hat on.
Find the bee with the fanciest hat. Actually, we have to find the bee with the biggest ass. That's the queen. That's how you know who's in charge.
If you get out of the tree, I'll just shoot it with my bow.
All right, I guess I'll climb back up the tree. What did I do for climbing?
Okay.
Sleight of hand.
So you're gonna do the opposite of what I told you to do?
Oh, you are doing something. Okay, I just assumed I was doing it.
I said if you get out of the tree, I'll shoot it down with my bow.
But I don't want to take the whole hive down.
I mean, if you don't want to take the whole hive down, then do it yourself.
Oh, fine. You go ahead and do it.
I aim for the top part of the hive, kind of towards the branch, to see if I can snap it off.
Alright, go for it.
I take a few steps back.
Alright. Well, luckily your aim is true, and that your arrow does in fact hit the top branch, but this being one of the mightier trees in the forest, it doesn't quite snap the branch off. It's still hanging on there by just a little bit.
I will do it again.
Clean through. You actually shave the first arrow almost in half, as your second one snaps the branch clean and drops the hive down to the ground.
Everybody, run away.
Run away, run away, run
That's
away.
The idea is there is now an even bigger swarm of even angrier bees. Now just indiscriminately buzzing around in an angry rage. Oh, there we go. Luckily for you, though, scampering off as fast as your legs will allow, they seem more kind of angry at the situation, rather than at all of you. So there's just a cloud of angry swarming bees around the now fallen beehive as opposed to chasing all of you off into the woods.
It's more of an existential rage, really.
Yeah, you see some bees just beating at the ground. Why, damn you!
Well, are they still swarming around the hive now that it's on the ground, I assume?
Yeah, at least for the time being, for the next few minutes.
I'm gonna stand at a distance and watch for a few minutes, see if they calm down or go away.
After about 10 minutes of just angry swarming, all at once, the bees as a group just fly off to the northwest, just in one enormous swarm of bees. It's not like gradual, a few here and a few there. Like, all at once, they've made the decision. We're leaving.
Okay.
All right.
I'm only gonna question that for another second. Let's go.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly what we needed to happen. Since the hive is down, I guess we could just take the whole thing.
Do it.
I will pick up the hive. Can I pick up the hive, I guess?
Why does that happen? Go ahead and make me a strength check. Just unmodified strength.
Oh, feels...
You are, in fact, strong enough to lift up a beehive.
All right. I pick up the hive and turn to my companion. Well,
Roll 20 is so fucking stupid.
what'll it do?
I tried to do the classic drawing thing of resizing a thing horizontally, like the other way, so it would turn around. And then it did that, but once I let go, it snaps to, like, oh, now I'm facing to the left again. It's just so fucking unexpected. So as soon as you pick up the beehive, you hear a shout from off to the east. Sorry, the west. Left side. I get my easts and my wests mixed up. You hear a...
Weast.
Oh, east? I really said west. You hear from off to the west, just past the tree. Fools! Relinquish the beehive!
Say what?
Oh boy.
I am debating on using my kitty cat dash again.
Alright.
Run away with it.
We just piss right off. Later.
If it...
Like kids caught in the apple orchard. Run!
Run!
It's old man Jenkins! I guess I should probably turn around and see who's addressing us in such a manner. See
Why call us fools? I mean, that's just mean.
Oh, that's what I...
All right. Do I see anybody?
Hold on. I'm may or may not be preparing something at the moment. Ah, shit, my shit. Alright, whatever. I can leave that for another second. Off from the west, there appears, just in like a swarm and a flash of bees, and as they disperse, you see a old man wearing black and white robes. Sorry, black and yellow robes. That's what I meant to say. Brandishing a staff at you and going, "Those are my bees! I control all of the bees in the forest! Relinquish the hive, or perish!"
This guy sounds serious. Do you guys believe him? I look back and forth at my companion expectantly.
He seems to be practically buzzing right now.
Hmm.
I'm trying not to pay attention to what's going on to the right side of the map right now.
Right.
Thanks. Honestly,
I didn't see
I didn't
anything.
think you'd be that far zoomed out. Now I know.
I maintain situational awareness at all times.
All
I've
times.
got 3 tabs open. One that looks to the left, one that looks up, one that looks to the right.
Spread it across 3 monitors.
I have zoomed in 100%. All I can see is myself.
It's fine. Hypothetically, if there was something to the right, maybe it would hypothetically be in the hypothetical GM only layer now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shout to the guy. Who are you? No, wait. Who be you?
My name is Beelzebub, the Bee Wizard. And he flashes his makes a gesture with his staff, and a bunch of bees pop out of it. And you have committed atrocities against my subjects.
We just need some wax. We can leave you with the rest of the hive.
He appears to calm down very slightly as he lowers his staff just a little bit and he strokes his beard. Be you
Is it a beard of bees?
adventurers?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that one.
That's fine.
The accent got me, and I really didn't hear what he said.
That's fine. Be you adventurers?
We be.
Well, perhaps I could forgive this transgression on one condition.
And what would that be?
Well, you see, as it happens, my most hated enemy lives within these woods, devouring my precious bees. If he were to
Oh
be
God, we're gonna have to kill
taken
Pooh.
care of,
Oh no!
Sorry, go on. I did not mean to interrupt you. I believe you were speaking.
I was done. Do you accept the proposal? And he lowers his staff at you again.
Who be this person?
Why? Oh, shit. How did I not think of this guy's name? Hold on. Give me some time. The DM cannot remember.
I was pretty sure it was gonna be Winnie the Pooh.
The man's name is... And he commands all of the skunks within these woods, and they devour my precious bees. Because skunks actually do hunt bees in real
We have
life.
to
Look it
fight
up.
skunks.
Not only skunks, but the master of all skunks. The hated and feared.
I turn to my friends. How much do we like this old lady?
Not that much.
Do we see anyone? I'd like to look around and see if I can see anyone else around us. Does this guy appear to be alone?
Go ahead and everyone who's interested, make a perception check. Also, this is wreaking hell on my voice. I really didn't think this through when I came up with the voice for that guy.
You can calm it down some. It'll be fine.
Please. Not to the recording. It wouldn't be fair to Grayson to not experience this. Alright. Well, it appears that Stone is still too intent on making bee puns to accurately observe. But, Chantal and Alencio, with your hawk-like precision earlier, you did notice a few large figures shuffling around in the bushes off to the west. And, Alencio, you in particular... No, sorry. Chantal, you in particular notice that they appear to be rather large, 8-armed creatures, striped black and white.
Fantastic.
Do you guys tell me about them, or do I just not see them?
Chantal saw him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like lean in and be like, he's got friends and they're armed.
Some unbelievable puns today.
Oh, this is perfect. How dare you?
Do you think we can take them? Because I think I'd rather fight them than skunks, honestly. I'd hate to have to take a bath.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be a shame?
It would. I shudder. I think we can take them.
They got like 8 arms and they're huge.
Wouldn't you, when you say huge, how big are we talking?
Based on that perception check, approximately the size of a rather large person.
I mean, there's 3 of us, and there's only some of
3 of
them.
them.
I don't know. It's up to you guys. What do you think?
I can only hear like 1 in 5 words, so I don't really know.
Man, your connection to Adam must be really bad.
Yeah, it's awful.
Try like shaking the antenna. Maybe that'll do it. Not that antenna, the other one.
Connect to my hotspot. See if that helps any.
Mobile net.
What was that?
Mobile net.
Yep. Oh. Got about that. Oh, okay. All right, see if that makes any difference. So, we've got 3 of them off to our west, which is just like east, but sounds more like west. 3 large giant bees, or we can try and fight the king of the skunks along with his minions. Or we can abandon all of this and just pretend that we never met that lady before and we go back to the bar.
I like number 3.
The do nothing option, yeah.
That is true. What sort of adventurers would we be, though, if we just gave up on adventure and went to bed early?
The kind who are alive.
Live one.
Right?
Right?
This is true. All right. I'm going to put the hive back down on the ground. Sorry to bother you. We'll be leaving. I'm going to turn and start walking back towards town.
Everyone just kind of stands there, stunned, as you just walk away.
I assume Shalentia. I'm mixing you guys together now. It's like Brangelina.
It's okay, it's our couple name.
That's your ship name.
I'm assuming Alencia and Chantal follow me, but I don't know. Maybe they decide to stay.
I'm gonna buzz right off. I don't want to be around this crazy bee man.
That sounds like a good idea.
And honestly, a skunk man sounds even worse.
Right? This whole thing has just been way more than we thought we were getting into, and to be honest, a drink by the fire sounds really good.
Yeah, some cider.
Maybe we can just go to a different bar and we won't have to see that old lady.
Okay, guys, I will work on our disguises. I already have my identity planned. Who are you gonna be now?
I can be Rockin' Creek. So, do the bee people attack as we try to walk past them?
No. Well, that depends. Is the hive still in your hands?
No, I put it on the ground.
Then in that case, once you just leave, you kind of look back over your shoulder, and you see Beelzebub's kind of like magic the hive back up onto a different tree limb. And at a wave of his staff, a swarm of bees just come back and kind of repopulate the hive. And then you just kind of keep on walking.
All right. Oh, I'm pretty well satisfied with how the day went. I did get stung a couple times, but I got some honey. That was tasty. We're not dead.
Bonus. I mean, I'm a big fan of breathing, so I'd say that's a good day's work.
It's on my to-do list every day.
Wake up, breathe.
Done. Easy. Easiest checklist ever. Alright, so with the thrilling adventure at its end, where would you like to go?
I guess back to the bar.
And so it shall be. Bam. Great.
It's like we never left.
Menhir-of-the-Plains is sitting there, perhaps with a new mug of ale in his hand. Playing for his keep. I imagine he's probably playing, so you can stay in the place for free. That was his contribution.
Excellent.
You should ask him about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back in and order a drink and sit down. Is the old lady hanging around somewhere?
You don't see her. No matter what the map says, you definitely do not see her.
Got it. All right, I'm good.
Bam.
What a day.
Can't wait for Grayson to watch this one.
What'd you guys do? Well, we went out in the woods. We decided we didn't want to do what we were gonna do, so we went back.
We went out in the woods for beeswax. Oh, so how much did you get?
None.
I mean, I did never say that I put down the one small piece that I pulled off the first. I guess I could say that I tried to bring that back, but I assume they probably would have attacked it.
I even assumed that there was still a piece of it in your bag, and I rolled for it, and he never found out about that one.
Oh, okay, cool. So we do have some beeswax.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I'll give it to the old lady as a consolation.
This is like the most realistic session ever.
I was just about to say, like, this is what would happen if real people were in D&D. You want to do what? No, I'm going to the bar.
I'm sorry, Skunk King? No!
I'm not going down in the sewer. I'm going to go play Halo.
I mean, that's kind of all of our lives normally. Like, you want me to do what?
House paperwork or D&D.
Hey, we're up on our house paperwork.
Yeah, we're all caught up right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got that shit down.
Well, you've also made up for it by drastically reducing the amount of Dungeons and Dragons that needs to be happened. So.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you fucking walked away from an adventure. Unfortunate my ass. Yeah, man, nothing
That
can be
was
done
an
about that.
in-character decision, thank you very much.
What? It's just really funny.
An in-character decision not to get stinky or stung.
I mean, yeah, you got two city girls who are already like out in the forest, way out of their element, just going like, bees? I don't get stung by that.
Oh, no. Oh,
Fuck
no.
this.
Do you think these
Goddamn
silky
stinky
locks
bugs.
happen on their own and you want me to go fight a skunk man? Ah!
I think this session went really well.
Oh,
It's
hell no.
fantastic.
Just because we didn't actually accomplish anything doesn't mean that we aren't accomplished. We're successful. We're successful adventurers. It was an adventurer, and it was an adventure, and we're alive.
Exactly. Successful. Mark it down on the board.
Alright.
Boom. Any landing you can walk away from. We have a board now, by the way.
What?
She said mark it on the board. We have a board now. This gets marked as a successful
Yeah, you have a
adventure
clipboard.
because we survived.
I have illusion spells. We'll just illusion a quick board, mark it down,
Yeah.
cast the illusion
Yeah,
away.
you still have a clipboard.
Anywhere we are, just illusion up the whiteboard to discuss strategy, keep score.
That's actually what one of my characters did. She'd pull down like maps at random. Be like,
love
hang
it.
on, let me pull down the board.
I really love it.
Yeah.
Could be so handy. God, I wish I could do that in real life. I guess I could just carry a projector around, but that just seems
If
inconvenient.
only there was like a thing where you could draw and bring up previous drawings on it anywhere. Like some kind of
In your
mobile
pocket,
device
perhaps.
Like,
that also doubles
Hey.
as a communication mechanism.
Nah, that's future tech.
Yeah, you're right.
It's crazy talk.
Now, when they build a projector into my phone, I'm on board.
Oh my gosh, I would be so obnoxious.
God, everyone would be. Those people that walk around blasting shitty rap music on their
I
phone
was just
speakers.
Oh my god.
Now they'll be blasting a shitty rap music video on their phone for everyone to see.
I could turn Flight of the Bumblebees off. That's not happening anymore.
That was fantastic, though.
I hope you didn't have a skunk-based song.
I actually didn't, which I'm kind of glad about now. I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing you didn't spend any time on that, because we reused it.
I could probably do like. The fuck am I looking this up? Okay, never mind. I'm pretty sure there's a song called Stankfoot out there by somebody, but I can't be asked anymore.
Stanky leg?
That's not at all what I said.
That's what I wanted, dang it.
Played by Mark Hamill. A TV show, Zevo 3. Okay, that's way more information I didn't need to know. Alright, I'd call that day a success.
Yeah. I had fun.
We survived. It totally counts.
We got a little bit of wax. He got some stings. You know, we could tell her, don't go in there. There's a crazy bee man and apparently an awful skunk man. Don't go.
This forest just sounds horrible.
Probably why she didn't go in the first
I'm giving
place.
this thing a bad review on TripAdvisor.
Right?
I guess I could write an article on BuzzFeed, too. Come on, you know you love my jokes.
I'm really mad at that one.
How do you rather than have to shit there right on there as it is? Oh, I just got the BuzzFeed part of that joke. I have an awful headache, okay?
You're okay.
No, hopefully we can play more next week when Greg is back.
Didn't you guys have some Thanksgiving themed preparations to do?
Oh yeah, next week's Thanksgiving.
shit.
Like, I'm all for D&D if you guys are, but I remember that being a
We don't
discussion.
have anything going along. There might be something on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at that thread on Facebook and see when everybody's coming into town. There might already.
Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday is the earliest.
Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we probably won't be busy, but if you guys are, obviously, no big deal.
I should be fine on Tuesday. Wednesdays, probably not. Too many preparations to
Yeah,
prepare.
that's what I was thinking.
Alright, so I'll be here next week, where hopefully an actual fucking adventure can happen.
This was an adventure. It counts.
It was
I
an
guess it does count.
adventure.
One of us got hurt. We came home with
There
loot.
was a beginning, a middle,
I
and
went to a forest.
I mean, you came back with a gold something. Honey's golden, I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure.
So let's see. Fang for tomorrow. Fang will be out. Oh, that's right. I was gonna come up with some sort of crazy one shot for tomorrow. I am still gonna try to do that for.
Will your people try to get beehives out of a tree?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I think I might just try
No.
to sabotage anything you try to throw at us. Like, ooh, there's a cave entrance with loot inside. We have all the gold we need. We don't need to explore it.
Let's not be greedy, guys.
I'll save it for the next band of adventurers.
To be fair, that decision was very in character for
To
us.
be
And
fair.
that's what makes it funny. Because I couldn't just say, like, no, guys, come on, you're doing it. I had to be like,
And we did agree
I
to
think
go
they
along
don't
with the
wanna do it.
railroad. And then we immediately got off at the first stop and found the first train back. Nah, never mind. We changed our minds. We're going home. We got on the bus and it started rolling. We reached up and grabbed that ripcord. Let me off here.
it's like a... you ask in the horror movies, like, what, are they fucking stupid? Like, don't go upstairs. That's the dumbest thing you could do. You guys are like, all right, we're not going upstairs.
It's fine. I don't need to go upstairs.
It's like, guys, we should hide in this abandoned shack. Bitch, fuck that. I got a car. I'm driving away. Peace. I'm out. Right?
We made the realistic decision, and I stand by it.
Shortest horror movie ever.
I propose that for all future adventures, we sit down and go through a cost-benefit analysis before embarking.
Let me illusion up some spreadsheets here so we can do.
I'm gonna need projections of return on investment. I'm gonna need an adjuster to go through and assess the risk level of individual activities involved.
We're gonna need to interview other adventurers who've done a similar kind of a thing. See what their results have been.
There's probably some tables we can consult to come up with some sort of rating system for the dangerousness of various areas.
I'm sure OSHA will have an input on it too.
Yeah, I know there's a word for that shit. What is it called? There's some sort of something table.
Amortization table.
No, that's for a mortgage.
Damn it.
Shit. I'll think of it about 2 a.m. this morning, and I'll message it to everybody.
All right, I'm ready for it. My body's ready.
So we're going to turn this campaign into a paperwork bureaucracy nightmare. I hope you're ready to.
Well, I mean, there was this thing.
Is it Vogons though? Is it Vogons?
Yeah, the whole thing's going to be. We're going to have a strict workflow that has to be filled out. We're going to need Gantt charts. I need approvals from at least 4 people.
Oh, I hate it already.
It's going to be so awesome.
It's gonna be so obvious.
I'm going to get a censor to help me with this.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you have already organized the working class citizens. So you're
Guys, which class did you pick? I got accountant.
No, I'm going paralegal.
God, min-maxing the shit out of it. Fucking tryhard.
Who picked the fireman? Why are you a fireman?
This makes me think of that comic where it has like a bunch of dragons sitting around a table playing like something in accountants. Like, damn it, I gotta do taxes.
Oh, like cubicles and accountants or something. Cubicles and coworkers.
Yeah. Now I have to find that comic.
Yes, me too.
I'm gonna have a hard time coming up with a name for this one when I put it up on YouTube.
I think just buzzed off will work.
The ones where the party refuses to fight.
Chapter 7. Nothing happens. No, that's not
Pretty much.
true. Because Stone and River finally got his rapiers modified. Boom!
I did. I got my rapiers modified, and I got stung by a bee.
One thing successfully
End
done.
of set. Look something.
Well, I've been enjoying this so far.
My belly hurts from laughing.
All right. Well, all right. That was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I hope we never encounter Beelzebuzz again.
I'll be honest, I'm proud I came up with that on the spot.
That was fantastic.
That was pretty good. I didn't even catch the buzz the first time. I just heard bub. And then the second time you said buzz, I heard the buzz and Beelzebuzz, and I giggled. Oh, the
I'm
pun.
glad you all enjoyed it.
So
I'm
many.
glad we could have such an optimal risk to reward game of Dungeons and Dragons.
It was very low reward, but it was also fairly low risk.
Yeah.
So, I would rate this adventure reasonably successful on our new adventure successfulness metric.
Mm-hmm.
But we can do better. Something where we make 1 million gold and don't have to leave the bar or fight anything would be optimal if we could just work that out next time.
I think that's
No,
how
what
they
we
call
need
it.
to start is our own pyramid scheme. So we find some adventurers to go out and adventure for
It's not
us.
a pyramid. It's an inverted funnel.
They're in the
So we run we become a campaign of adventurer managers. I'm sorry, you can't deal with him directly. I'm his agent. You're gonna have to work with me, and I'll take a 10% cut off the top.
So we're adventurer pimps.
I prefer to use the phrase adventurer manager.
I'm an adventurer advisor. Okay.
Yes. Contact your AA now. What happens when you have a charisma-based party? They just become essentially pimps.
They have fancy hats, so.
It's true. You could wear the biggest hat.
Yes, I'm the most important because of the biggest hat.
So funny.
Well, fantastic.
This was amazing. Yes, very much.
Oh, you found the dragon cartoon. Fantastic. Come on, high roll. Avoid an argument.
Do you wish it worked like that in real life?
Yeah, right. My dice are broken. Roll a 1d20. I only have a coin.
I'm going to tell you honestly, if I have a reliable excuse in real life to just roll a d20, then I'm going to take it. It's like in like in the world of Pokemon. It's like any problem could be solved with a Pokemon battle. If any problem in the world could be solved by rolling a d20, that's a world I want to live in. Like, all right, your relatives are coming over for dinner. Come on, baby, stealth check. Yeah. I'm out. Man, almost like what would happen if hypothetically we were playing like Dungeons and Dragons, where you could get yourself into situations where rolling dice would be beneficial.
Oh. Nope. I'm hoping to. I think by the time we get into January, we'll be a lot better off schedule wise for Elizabeth and I.
All right. Fine with that.
But we'll check. Obviously, next week is sketchy for some of us, I'm sure. The week after that, the 27th, that'll probably be fine. The 4th, I will be out. I'll be in Plano. And the 11th, I don't know about the 11th, because I'll be out of town for a week. We're probably going to be closing like either the 14th or the 17th. So we're going to have a lot to get done that week. So the 11th, I might be out. And then we're going to be pretty busy. Unless we plan on playing on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. We'll miss
Merry
those two.
Christmas to me. No.
Right. I'd be totally down for that. I just don't get back from family's house by then.
I'll be done with
Right.
my family by then.
I
Right.
mean, I'll be done with family by then, but I'll still have to be there.
So yeah, December we'll miss a bunch, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But
holiday times.
once we've had a couple weeks to get shit moved and get into January, we'll probably pick back up to a more regular schedule. I apologize for all of the
That's fine.
scheduling
It
difficulties.
gives me more time.
It's okay.
Yeah, gives me more time to prepare for all these adventures that you guys may or may not go on.
Yeah, we need you to get lots and lots of stuff prepped so that we have something to turn down.
Yeah, I don't like that one. What's next?
Bees, no. Skunks, no.
Spins wheel.
Make me a sumptuous feast. No, not that one. Throw it away.
We only want to do lovely things.
Are there bees in some kind of a building that I could go into? Is there just like a abandoned...
Ellen Tall is very picky about the adventures they'll go on. Or Shalentia, whichever it is.
Shut up.
So, anyway, I do appreciate you hosting this fabulous adventure.
No problem. Bee gossip, Aladdin sing-along talk, D&D time.
When are we just going to cut to the chase and just make this a once a week, 2-hour Disney sing-along adventure?
God, not soon enough.
Right. When are we starting that?
We could have done it today.
That would have been an episode for Gray to listen to.
All right. I'm getting off of here. I'll see you guys later.
Yep, have a good
Bye.
evening, everyone.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too.
Boom.